over how to purchase tickets and travel cards at SBB. So this is going to be more focused on travel cards and longer term tickets, and also in the future tickets like Super Savers. So we go to sbb.ch, and they have a thing here where they explain how to do their tickets online. So you have different ticket options to start with. So point-to-point tickets are just for one point to the other point. And these ones are really useful if you have an exact place that you want to go and you want to be able to purchase these pretty cheaply. They're much cheaper than, for example, doing a general area ticket, which allows you to travel throughout an entire area for an entire day or even longer. So point-to-point tickets can be just an outward journey or an outward and return. Usually if it's an outward journey, you can just travel in one direction, and outward and return means that you can travel both ways, and you have to check the specific requirements of the ticket that you purchase, because sometimes it will give you for a certain time length. So you can have 2 hours to do this journey, or sometimes it's the whole day or it's till a certain time. So always make sure to check this. Also, city tickets are really nice because this will let you travel, for example, in Zurich, all around the city for a certain time period. Usually you can get like a 2-hour ticket. If you do a short-term ticket, like from one stop to the other, that's really close, it can be less than 2 hours and it's a bit cheaper. Or you can do a full day, which is super nice because it's 24 hours. Super Saver tickets are usually just point to point, and you purchase these far in advance. So you can say, okay, I want to go from Zurich to Geneva, and I want to do this on July 4th, and I want to do it at 9 a.m. and I know I'm going to take this train, and I'm just going to go there, and you can get it super cheap. But with these, you need to keep in mind that they're usually non-refundable, and you can only use them for that time. So if something happens along your journey, you usually have to be very careful about which train you can take as a replacement. Sometimes you can take a train as a replacement through SBB, but you need to make sure that this is stated in your ticket, and you need to ask about this in advance, because sometimes it's not always possible to take every single train with a Super Saver ticket. Sometimes it's just one exact train and you're kind of stuck with it, and that's how it works. So, yeah, and you can also do for other European cities as well. So now we have some different options here. So you have your day passes. So these will allow you to travel within a certain region or throughout Switzerland for a whole day. You can also upgrade to first class. So this is in your class upgrades. You can also have multi-journey tickets. So these ones allow you to go to multiple destinations. Also, you can reserve your seats if you want, or you can get group tickets. Usually you don't need to reserve seats, but if you're traveling on a particular time of day that's super popular, you might want to reserve your seats. Or if you know that you want to sit with a certain group of people and you're afraid you're not going to be able to get some seats together, or you just really want a window seat and you want to secure it, you can also just get it that way. And then group tickets are super nice because you can get a discount, and it allows you just to have a set of tickets right there. Pretty easy if you're all going to the same place, and it can save you some time and money. So now you can see the different options that we have. So I will go through each of these. So the day pass for the half fare travel, this is if you live in Switzerland and you have a half fare card. If you're just visiting, you probably don't want to purchase a half fare card because this is a larger investment, usually for a 1-year term. So yeah, you can continue as a guest. And you enter your passenger details, and then you accept, and let's see if it will let me. No. So, yeah. This is for a full day, and you get to go anywhere, and it's 75 francs. So this is good for if you you really want to go somewhere far away, you want to go to multiple places, or you just want the freedom to be able to go wherever you want to go. So let's go back to the tickets. Okay. So half fare card, what we just mentioned. So this is where you can travel half price throughout Switzerland. Here you can see for adults, the initial purchase is $185. It's good for 1 year. And the loyalty price is if you already have purchased a half fare or GAIA from SBB before. So then you get a loyalty price for your second or third or fourth year with SBB. Then you can also get a discount for youth. So this is a little bit cheaper, and this is for people who are 16 to 25. And so this is nice if you're a bit younger. And then here you can find out information. So it also renews automatically. So you need to make sure that you cancel it within the cancellation period, which is usually a couple months before the date that you purchased it the next year. So if you purchased it in August of 2020, then you want to make sure that you look around June time to see if you want to cancel or renew in 2021. So June 2021 if you've purchased in August 2020 like this. So then you also get the overview of the prices that we just went through, and then you can see more information about the cancellation, delivery, and stuff. So you also get some extra discounts and benefits with this, which is super nice. But then again, this is mostly beneficial if you're in Switzerland for a long period of time, or if you visit Switzerland a lot. So, yep. And then another useful one is the GAIA. So this is also an year-long thing, but you can also get in shorter segments as well. And this will allow you to go anywhere. So you can use this all the time and you don't need to pay for any tickets. So instead of having a half price, you get a full price, but it's much more expensive than the half fare card. So if you want to do it for 1 month, you can actually do a 1 month GAIA. So for adults, you can see the prices here. And then for youth, you can see the prices here. For second class, it's really reasonable. It's $290 for 1 month. And for this, you don't need to have a long-term contract. You can just do 1 month and be done. So it's pretty straightforward right here. But the thing is for this that you usually need some sort of proof that you're living in Switzerland for a GAIA. So you're going to want to be living here or know somebody who is, so that you have a Swiss address that you can put this with. So, yeah, for the rest of the GAIA cards, there's different options depending on your age and also your situation. So you can also get a discount for having a dual card or for having a family card. So for our purposes, we'll just look at the summary because this will be pretty easy to get you the information that you need. So this is for a full year, so the annual bill. The nice thing about doing a full year is that you can have up to 30 days that you take off from the GAIA, and then it's discounted the next year when it upgrades. It's the same as the half fare, where when you so it automatically renews and you're going to have to cancel it a couple months in advance. So you need to make sure that you keep on top of this, because otherwise it will automatically renew and you'll have the bill due. And you will be able to cancel it afterwards, but you'll have to pay at least the first month if you cancel it too late. So, and Yeah, you can also do a monthly bill, but for this, you have to at least subscribe for 6 months on the monthly bill, and then any additional months after that, you can cancel. So after 6 months, and you decide you want to cancel, you can cancel then. You can cancel the 7th month, 8th month, etc. So this makes sense if you know that for a portion of the year you're going to travel a lot. Say you want it from the start of May until 6 months later, and once hiking season's over, you know that you're not going to use it anymore, so then you want to end it then for you 6 months is worth it, but it is a little more expensive overall if you do this for the full year compared to the annual bill. So if you're planning to keep it for more than 6 months, you should consider whether or not it makes more sense just to go ahead and get it for the full year, because you'll get a slight discount for that. So these are an overview of the prices, and then you can find out more information. One other additional interesting thing is the area of the validity. So you can download this, and it actually is a very nice map that will show you what areas are covered with the GAIA. So there's a lot of also funiculars and gondolas that are covered, and some of them are covered partially. So this map will allow you to see, okay, yeah, my GAIA will get me a discount at this gondola. This gondola will be completely covered by my GAIA. That's a thing also to know when you're going into the mountains. But usually all the train passes are covered, all the bus routes, and most of the ship paths as well. So you can also use it on the ship. So it's a very useful travel card if you're living in Switzerland. So then, we've gone through the GAIA. So for the other tickets, so if you're under the age of 25, you can do the 725 travel card, which is actually really useful if you're doing long day trips or something like this. So this is actually a pretty reasonable price, I would say, for how useful this card is. It's $390 a month. Or no, sorry, $390 a year and $39 per month. So you pay this once, and then you can travel for free after 7 p.m. and before 5 a.m. the next morning. So here, anytime. And then on weekends, you can actually travel until 7 a.m. As you can see here, so weekends and public holidays. And so this means that you can go super early in the morning somewhere on the weekend. So say you get on a 5:30 train and it arrives at 6:50. So you go from 5:30 to 6:50. It's totally for free. The thing to keep in mind, though, is that if any portion of the trip is after 7 a.m., you're going to need to buy a ticket for that portion. So that portion means from the last stop. So say that there's a stop at 6:45 and the next stop is at 7:15. You need to buy the ticket from 6:45 until 7:15. So you buy that one portion of the ticket, which will still save you a lot of money. But make sure that you do this, because if you don't have a stop right at 7 o'clock, then you need to buy the ticket slightly before 7 o'clock. And same goes for after 7. So say your train takes off at 6:50 p.m. and the next stop is at 7:05. You're going to need to take p.m. So you're going to need to take a ticket for 6:50 to 7:05 p.m. from the first stop to the next stop. And then you can continue the rest of your journey for free with the after 7 card. So yeah, the prices are pretty easy. So there you have the monthly price and then you have the annual price. So obviously if you only use it for 10 months or less, it makes more sense to do the monthly. But if you're gonna do it for the whole year, it makes more sense to do the annual card. So here's more information. And then this is like some new things that the SBB has tried to do. So there's some leisure activities and entertainment that you can get access to and get some discounts on. So this is a super nice thing as well. You can find out more there. So yeah, the Travel 7, it's the 725, it's really nice if you're a young person and you want to do a full day hike. Say you leave first thing in the morning, you leave at like 5:30 and you get to use a lot of the discount in the morning, and then you're staying and hiking all day. You go have your dinner outside somewhere, and then you want to go back home after 7. It makes a really nice long hiking day. So let's go back here. And so then point-to-point cards, these are what I was talking about before. You can buy these for 12 months, 1 month. So this is if you have a certain route that you do a lot and you just want to go between that point and the other. But this is for a more long-term thing. This is not just a single day or a 2-hour session like I was talking before. This is the travel card version. So this is going to be for 1 month or 12 months. This is mostly used for commuting. Okay. And you can also get a regional card if you're just staying in one area. And yeah, these are more if you live in Switzerland and you just want a casual travel card. So more for our purposes, let's go back to the travel cards and tickets. So we've gone through most of these travel cards. You also have ones for if you have a dog or if you have a bike. Also for a companion, junior, you can look into these as well. So these are the point-to-point tickets that you'll get pretty cheap for. So this is the outward and return tickets. So these ones, you can just it's just a single journey somewhere and back. And yeah, these we will go more into when we look at just buying tickets on the SBB app. It's much easier to use the app for these types of tickets, I think. So Super Saver tickets, these are super useful, but also look on this on the app because this is super nice. So you can get up to a 70% off discount. So for example, they give you $8.40 instead of $28, which is super nice. Yeah, so you just select the connection that you want and you buy it. It's much easier on the app. I will show this later. And you can also do first class for these tickets. So you can get a super cheap price, especially if you want to go on a more popular day and you want to upgrade to first class. You can buy a Super Saver ticket in first class, which I highly recommend for days that are super busy because it can be really hard to find a seat. For example, in the second class, if it's a super, popular day and popular destination. Next, we have the day passes. So day passes, you can do a super saver day pass. So if you book really early, you can buy a day pass. And these you can use anywhere, and you can buy these in advance. And yeah, usually you have to pay for these way in advance. And yeah, it's anywhere in the GAIA area and up to 5 a.m. the following day. So these are super nice if you know exactly the day that you want to go travel on and you're sure that's the day. You can buy these in advance. And let's see. So then normally the day pass we went through is 75 francs. This is for the half fare card. They have a special promotion right now for the companion ticket. This is just a one-time thing. And then there's also a cheap day pass for children, dogs, bikes, and also for schools. So that is your day pass. And then you also have tickets for within Europe. So for these ones, you can buy tickets online. You cannot buy tickets for within Europe on the app. You have to do this online. So there's a special format that you have to do online, and you just fill it out on the timetable there. And it's pretty straightforward. It's not as easy as the app, but it's still very easy. Here's the group tickets where I said you can get a discount on, so you can get up to a 30% off discount. And here you can see the offer. So you can have the different categories. So if you have the GAIA or the affair, you can also get your discount still, and a 30% on top of it. And you can do a different time period. So when you go out for a single journey, you have up to 10 days to use it, and then the return trip within a month. And then you have the more requirements here, and also for schools. You can also, as I said, do a class upgrade. This is really useful if it's super busy. Normally the difference between first class and second class is not too great, but sometimes second class can be extremely full and you aren't able to find a seat, and people are kind of sitting on the stairs and standing, and this could be uncomfortable if you have a longer journey, so it may be worth it to consider upgrading to first class. Also, you can do seat reservations. This is along the same lines. Sometimes it's not possible, but for a lot of trains, especially longer ones, you can do a seat reservation. So if you know it's going to be a little bit busy, you can go ahead and reserve your seat. Or if you have a particular place that you want to sit, for example, you want to sit by the window and you want to make sure that you have a nice view because it's a really nice journey, this is a good idea to do as well. And then also in the nighttime, there are plenty of trains throughout the weekend. It's a little bit more difficult during the week to travel at night. Services usually end around midnight and resume around 5 a.m. Some stop earlier and start later, but you can consult the timetable beforehand. On the weekends, though, there's usually pretty good service between major areas once an hour, and so you can usually find night services pretty easily. And yes, so that's the main thing for the tickets and travel cards. And you can do all the things for your Swiss Pass, so keep all your account stuff all in one place online, which is pretty easy. So the Swiss Pass is your card that you have. If you have a half fare or a GAIA or some sort of travel card, you'll get a Swiss Pass card, and then you'll have your account there. So that's everything. Enjoy.